When searching for FedEx ground routes for sale, it's important to ask the right questions to ensure you make the best investment decision possible. Some of the critical questions every potential investor and current contractor should ask themselves before making a purchase is, how much business can I afford? How involved do I want to be in the daily operations? Am I interested in a FedEx ground P&D or a line haul operation? What kind of returns do I expect to make from my investment? And of course, what are my long-term and short-term goals with my business? If you're going to finance routes, you will likely need a down payment of around 20 to 25% of the total purchase price. In addition to your down payment, we always recommend contractors keep at least $75,000 of additional liquid funds on hand as working capital to use for vehicles or other operational needs. It's important to make sure you have enough cash on hand for both your down payment and working capital before purchasing a business. If you have a healthy amount of cash on hand, your next consideration should be how much net income you want the business to bring in. Healthy P&D businesses bring in a profit margin between 10 and 20% of total revenue, while line haul operations have a slightly larger profit range between 15 and 35% of total revenue. You can decide how much business you can afford by evaluating your available cash on hand, how much you're willing to finance, and your desired net income. Before you purchase a business, be realistic with yourself and think about how much time you can devote to it. There are many opportunities on the market for remote or absentee owners. You're not required to purchase routes in or around the area where you live. You can leverage a highly skilled manager to oversee the daily operations while focusing on the financials and maximizing your investment. Some businesses will require or benefit from an owner's daily involvement, while some businesses do not need the owner to provide operational or driving support. It's important to ask yourself how much time you're willing to commit to your business. The question will provide you with a clear picture of what type of business best fits your needs and your business goals. Pickup and delivery is a great place to enter the FedEx ground space for the first time. This side of the business is easier to learn and maybe less capital intensive. P&D operations deliver to local homes and businesses in designated territories. You can think of FedEx ground P&D routes as the box trucks you see around your community. You can think of FedEx ground line haul runs as the semi-trucks you see on the highway. Line haul runs feature longer distance transportation, stricter driver requirements, expensive vehicles, and greater risks compared to P&D routes. However, with greater risks also come greater rewards. Line haul operations have the highest earning potential in the FedEx ground space. If you have the capital and resources to effectively staff and operate your runs, you can build much greater equity in the business compared to P&D routes. There are situations when an owner is faced with personal challenges or service failures and is forced to sell their business. These fixer-upper businesses will reflect the previous contractor's challenges, but will come with an incredible opportunity for growth. The path requires greater sweat equity, but successful turnaround will see a much higher return on investment. Decide how much work you want to put into your business. To make a strategic FedEx ground routes purchase, you need to understand both your timeline and the expectations for the purchase. If this is a side investment you're planning to hold on to for a few years and sell, your strategy will differ greatly from someone who's looking to scale a business and create a long-term, sustainable business model. The length of your investment impacts the choices you will make around your leverage, fleet strategy, management, ownership structure, locations, and of course which business is the right fit for you. Keep in mind, the decisions you make around leverage, management, and fleet will impact your exit strategy, which are critical factors in your purchasing decision. Considering your timeline and objectives before starting the acquisition process is key to starting your investment on the right foot.